So why did this happen to Charlie Kirk? In Orem, Utah, again, my hometown, a very conservative place. They didn't shoot him because he was the most far right, because that's just not true. They didn't shoot him because he was the most provocative or because he was inciting violence. He's not even close to the far right. Like, we're not talking Alex Jones or Nick Fuentes, which, by the way, I don't condone people assassinating them either. He was gunned down in the action of promoting dialogue and going across the aisle. So it can't be the alt-right thing. The reason why they killed him is because he's incredibly successful and he's an effective activist. That's the reason why. What he has done has actually worked. It has actually tipped the political scale, which is very rare in politics, actually making a very measurable difference incredibly hard, and they were afraid. That's why it happened. My policy on this is that the person who holds the responsibility ultimately for the murder is the murderer. There's no question. However, when you tell people that tyranny is on the rise, that Trump is a Nazi, that our institutions are failing, in politics, something very simple happens. People go outside of those institutions. When you tell them they've failed, they go outside of them. They take matters into their own hands and they commit violence. The guy who shot Charlie Kirk doesn't think he himself is evil. The guy who shot Charlie Kirk thinks he purged the world of a Nazi. And that's what people have taught him. That's why the democracy is ending line from the left and the right is total BS. It's crap and we can't do it anymore. It's mostly on the left, but on the right as well sometimes, celebrated Luigi Mangione. We can all remember this. He's a killer. And then we're surprised when people turn around and do more killing. Celebrating murder brings more murder. That's what's happened. I've seen some people on the right now saying that this is our George Floyd moment. It is not. It is not. We are better than the raging lunatic leftists during the BLM riots. That is not what the right can become because of this. It would disparage Charlie Kirk's legacy to turn to violence or other means of protesting when he again spent his whole life doing the opposite. And here's the honest truth. As a political commentator, I'd like to give you some solution on how to make this never happen again. Maybe you could talk about better security, gun control, mental health help. None of that matters. I hate to say it. And there's going to be a lot of conversation over the next few weeks over what can we do so this never happens again. None of it matters. There will always be evil people who do evil things because we live in a fallen world and we have agency to do those evil things. None of that's going to change until Christ comes. One thing that we can do that both honors Charlie and will make a difference in our society, even if it doesn't stop the evil from happening, is this. This is from Charlie 3 days before he died. He tweeted this: Jesus defeated death so you can live. Sorry. I've never gotten emotional on the show before, but this is true. That simple fact changes everything. We teach people that Christ overcame death. That's what Charlie taught. We create families. We have kids. That's what Charlie did. It's what made him a good man, is that he was dutiful. Sure, he had his career. He had his political ambitions. All of that was fine because it helped him provide for his family. But ultimately, what he taught was that family, kids, Christ. That was what was important. Here's another great tweet from another conservative account that sums it all up. This is from The Quartering. They say, I've been radicalized by the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Starting immediately, I will be attending church weekly. I'll make babies. I'll get involved in local politics. I'll get involved in national politics. I'll use my platform to inspire others to do the same. That's the message. That's the message that the right has to turn to. Not radicalized to commit violence or go to war like some people are saying, but to actually do the things that Charlie Kirk promoted because they work. They work. And that's how we honor Charlie.